Texas State Railroad actually started in Rusk. The prison there was developing a tremendous amount of business. They were making goods, they were growing things, and they wanted to get it out into the communities to sell it. They started 1.7 miles of track just to bring the goods out of the prison grounds. They were able to extend the line in the 1920s all the way out to Palestine. The 25 miles of track that runs between the two grounds, being between the Rusk Park and Palestine, became the scenic railroad today. When you first come out to Texas State Railroad and you step out on the platform, you feel like you're back in 1920. You see this almost animated fantasy train that you can imagine yourself with your bustle and your hat and your little bag waiting for it to pull up. And when the steam lets out of the engine and you realize you're going to board it, you and your family are going to have such a great time together. You don't have to feed yourself, don't have to get your own drinks. You're able to sit, look at the scenery, talk, ask each other how their week was, and just decompress in an amazing setting together. It's pure. It's an excitement that comes from within you. We don't have to make that excitement for you. We're going to educate you, we're going to entertain you, and we're going to serve you. But there's something inside all of us when it comes to railroads. We love them. We may not always want to admit it, but our heart beats a little faster and we hear that steam engine coming and we feel the train pulling out of the station. It's an awesome feeling. We do pull the train by steam half of the year, and then we pull it by our beautiful new FP9 locomotive the other part of the year. But on board the train, we have so many cars to choose from. We of course have the 1511, which is part of our presidential class, and every sitting governor since 1961 has ridden on board this train car. We have first class cars on board. We have our private caboose where up to 8 people can have their own porter, be served their own private champagne and food, and there's 2 cupola seats up on top of the caboose car. So you have a bird's eye view of the entire trip. We have a unique car on this train. We have an open air viewing car where it's a historic car with the wooden seats, but there's no glass in the windows. We're always trying to upgrade and make changes that people will appreciate on Texas State Railroad. The newest addition to our consist is Car 42. In that car you have couches, love seats, high back chairs. Of course you have your own private porter. But this car is a retro first class car with beautiful brass trim, bright shiny new windows. It's the way that we want to take this train. It's going to become something different for people to travel on. So if you've already been on Texas State Railroad, come out and see what we're doing now and see the changes. You're going to like them. You're going to want to come and ride again.
It was just something to celebrate our anniversary. And we're staying at a local bed and breakfast, and they recommended it as well. And so we're just having fun.
It was something that we wanted to do as kind of a destination. We were staying in Palestine, and the train ride has really surpassed anything that we experienced before. We had traveled in coach and open air, etc. This is a great deal more comfortable. It gives you a really excellent view of things going, and it just feels good all the way around. It's a great gift, if you will, for our 40th anniversary. This opportunity gives a unique perspective to something that the average person doesn't get to taste, if you will. And if it's someone like ourselves who just want to, as a couple, to come and enjoy time together in a special place.
Here at the Texas State Railroad, we have something very unique, a ride-along in our cab. You can either do it in the steam engine or in our 1950s diesel engine. A great birthday present for a young kid to get that experience of see how trains run. They can see, actually look down inside the boiler. It's an awesome experience.
Is that this train is one of only 3 in the world that's still kicking, right? And this is the only one that actually works. So the fact that you're riding this train and you get to experience history, I mean, how cool is that? You're not going to get to experience that really anywhere else.
Texas State Railroad does run year-round, and we offer our regularly scheduled train rides, but throughout the year we have special events. We open up our year with our chocolate lovers train. Then we go into our Easter Bunny train, and the kids get to meet with the Easter Bunny. They get to collect eggs out at our Easter park. It's a lot of fun. And we do different things throughout the year. We can do our wine tasting trains. We do Pints in the Pines, where you can do some beer sampling of Texas beers. During Christmas, of course, we run the Polar Express. This is our most exciting time of the year. I get so excited by this. All the kids come out, and I'm talking kids from 2 to 92 here. We get to pick up Santa Claus at the North Pole, and then he comes through and he gives everyone who believes a silver bell that they can only hear if they believe. We welcome individuals, families to come out and ride anytime on Texas State Railroad. But we would also like businesses and groups to know that we welcome them to come as well. You could have a meeting on board our train. You could have a birthday party. You can have an incentive travel. If you want to reward your best salespeople, bring them out, put them on the train. We'll take care of them. We also have our campground here on property, and we have this wonderful church where you could get married, do renewal of your vows. You could even have a baptism in our chapel. We would welcome people to come out and see what we have to offer in all of Texas State Railroad's properties. There's a lot to do here. We would like people to know that they are not only preserving history and a heritage of railroads, but they're teaching their children and their children's children about something that could be lost forever if we didn't share it.
It's like taking a trip back in time, down memory lane, to how things used to be, when we didn't have cell phones, when we can just relax and enjoy each other and enjoy the atmosphere. And that's what I think this experience is all about.
Not only do we have Texas State Railroad, but our company has about 5 different freight lines throughout the United States, and we have the Verde Canyon Railroad in Arizona. And all of those lines are spur lines. They are lines that came off of the main railroad lines across the United States. And they served communities, they served people, but today they serve a lot of industry. And we're able to bring out goods and keep use of the railroad alive in America today.
The fact that we have something like this nestled in East Texas, deep in the piney woods, come and experience it. It's all about getting out here and experiencing all that East Texas has to offer. And the Texas State Railroad is one of those things.